Hello and welcome back to Sonic Unleashed Part 15. In this episode, we'll be going to Shamar.
Shamar!
And other Michael Jackson references. Last time we successfully unlocked Shamar Day, so now we are going to go do the tutorial mission for Shamar Day, which will allow us to unlock the Lightspeed Dash.
The Lightspeed
which is very important.
Dash. And I'm actually quite amazed that they went this long without including what other games put as a first level option.
I'm not, honestly. Lightspeed Dash is honestly one of the more powerful abilities that Sonic gets access to, so putting it so late in the game makes sense from a scaling perspective, especially given the fact that, you know, we're still going to end on a supersonic fight.
There, you got it! You got quick reward for the lesson learned. That's called reinforcement. Have a medal. You've done it.
And now we go into the side missions for Shamar Day, or also the main missions, because you have to do, what is it, 4 missions in a row for Shamar Day in order to unlock the ability to unlock the nighttime missions. It's one of the things about Sonic Unleashed that I don't actually like. The fact that that a lot of the side missions are actually main mission content. They're just not clearly labeled as such. I missed.
Well, what use is labeling to locate the missions when they just load in quick succession to give you the moon medals you need to unlock the subsequent missions?
Well, that's the thing. The additional in the Wii version, the additional missions are not locked off by moon medals. They're actually locked off by main mission progression, which in this case means that you have to do all of the a good portion of the side missions for both Shamar Day and Adabat. It's just a bit confusing. Is my issue. Yay, we made it.
Splat.
No,
We've done it. We have caused a genuine head injury to our hero Hedgehog. All in the name of rings.
I didn't have nearly as much trouble with this Dodge the Jars mission as I did for the one in Chunnan, but I still had quite a bit of problems with this one.
This one is easier by and large.
This one is
for
easier.
instance. This rail sequence
on the grind rail and you should be fine.
So much. Yeah, look, the pathway is wide. You have lots of time to prepare your movements because you can see them from a distance. And we've grown to like that we can come to a stop because sometimes it's better to walk and not to run.
No, sometimes it's better to stall instead of running. Unfortunately, a lot of the trails of rings that are here I end up missing because, you know, my positioning and my daytime gameplay skills are still total shit. But, you know, I don't really need to have really good skills. I just need to be able to get through the level.
Right. Just get to the goal ring. Because if you get me to fail enough times on these, I'm going to say, fuck all, I'm just getting the goal ring.
Here we
go! Ready? Go! Yeah.
Action chain.
Now does the Werehog ever get to use the Lightspeed Dash now that we can do it?
Nope. The Lightspeed Dash is very exclusively a daytime Sonic ability, and let's be honest here, that's actually a good thing given that the structure of ring placement in the Werehog levels is not actually all that conducive to Lightspeed dashing. You know, there's very few instances where lines of rings for the Werehog would actually be beneficial.
Yeah, and it's also, and it's anathema to the Werehog to move that quickly through a space because so far we've learned that moving slow is cool.
It's what the Werehog does, rather. And I wouldn't say slow, I would just say slower than daytime Sonic.
He does it quite well. Hey,
Thank
Sonic. You and Chip just go ahead and splash olive oil all over each other. I'll watch.
Chip's an infant, Amy. No, we're not doing that.
You know, it'll be fun. It'll kind of like, it's called a Roman bath.
Alright, so we have entered Shamar Night, and now we must go through yet more
Shamar!
dialogue trees in order to unlock the Shamar Night levels, as opposed to, you know, just moving on with it.
Add a bat? No, add a cat. I had cats and I ran out.
Don't worry, guys, we'll get to Adabat eventually, and Adabat does actually look pretty beautiful.
Depressed characters in my Sonic the Hedgehog game. What the fuck? This is where it kind of breaks down that they start including a lot of like human characters in these Sonic the Hedgehog games, because then the gameplay style has to follow the rules of, well, you know, humans like faces. There's a face right there. He's just with. Oh, I just remembered. Thank God. Where am I?
And so we have successfully acquired the Fifth Continent's Moon Tablet, allowing us to play Shamar Night.
See, that is a Sonic the Hedgehog thing to have happen. You do the thing, you get the thing, you save the game. Instead of being distracted by the quirkiness of the individual characters whom we are introduced to and then quickly dismiss.
Hello, Were Sonic. Sorry, Werehog.
On the subject of other not very Sonic the Hedgehog games, it's time for our old friend. It's Bubsy the Cat.
No, I'm not playing any of the Bubsy games. From what I've heard, the original Bubsy games are shitty platformers, and the new Bubsy game is just slightly better.
And one reason why Bubsy 3D is so terrible is because Bubsy moves really slow. And it slows the game down. What is already an atrocious experience.
And here's the sexy Shamar jazz.
And if you said this hog can't beat him up, I will give you my combo and fuck you up.
Man, I wish I knew Smooth well enough to actually do active parodies of it, because Smooth is such a great track.
Give me your rings, give me health, don't forget about it.
Bow now, bow now, 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 bow now, bow now, 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 bow now, bow now.
Yeah, and Smooth actually took inspiration from an old jazz piece called Night in Tunisia.
Okay.
And I was, well, it looks like we're in Tunisia right now.
Tunisia, which is no longer a country.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What did
colloquialism.
Tunisia get dissolved into?
Well, it's in the area of like Morocco and Egypt, if I'm not mistaken.
So what did after the collapse of the Soviet Union, did it just become part of Egypt?
I don't know. I don't know if the Soviet Union satellite countries extended that far.
Because I'm pretty sure that Tunisia would have been dissolved immediately after the fall of the CCP.
Well, I mean, first of all, is Tunisia a country or is it a city? I was pretty sure it was a city. Now that I think about it,
I'm pretty sure Tunisia was a country back in the early '80s.
And beat him up. Yeah.
Oh, they blocked the explosives. Damn it.
It's alright. The explosive user is dead. He is super dead. slam the fucking shit out of him.
Now, the ending ring count for this mission is actually relatively high, but there are a bunch of 30 and 50 ring items scattered throughout the map. If you can find each of those, you should have very little trouble actually scoring all the rings that you need.
It still bothers me that there's no ring counter on the screen.
That's mostly because your ring count is effectively just your health bar.
Right, but I mean, I've never collected 999 rings in a classic Sonic the Hedgehog game. I don't know if it's possible to collect 999 rings in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, but damn it, like, if I can get 500 rings without getting hit, I want to see how many I have collected.
Do you count the jackpot games in classic?
Yes, I
Sonic
do count the
too?
jackpot games. Your ring counter is the final word on how many rings you have, and all sources are valid.
In that event, then yes, you can in classic Sonic you can totally score 1,000 rings. It's not easy and it's not worth your damn time, but it is totally possible.
Right. I think the whole idea with the slot machine is that you're running the risk that you're going to get a Dr. Robotnik that is just going to... It's basically saying the jackpot machine has like a certain % advantage over you at all times, because in the long run, that would be the average gain, you would basically leave with no rings.
Unless, of course, you know how to successfully manipulate it.
And I would be dead curious to know if there was a way to manipulate the slot machine, because it's random, and occasionally you will get Dr. Robotnik in some combination, and he will eat all of your rings like so many onion rings.
But it's not true random. You see, it actually follows a relatively specific pattern, like most video game slot machines did at the time.
That it's just a fixed sequence, and you know which part of the sequence you're in?
That and the big thing about video game slot machines around the 90s, specifically, well, okay, here is the part that I had to save state myself through in order to actually clear it. And it's this fight right here. At the end of this fight, we're going to have to fight a giant Dark Gaia monster. And after I kill that Dark Gaia monster, there's a rather large chance that my emulator will just decide to crash. And, well, if that happens, I have to redo the entire level. Thankfully, on this particular take, on this particular take, I have already edited. I don't think I have already edited it out, but I edited it out in a future moment. See, loading save state.
Oh, you actually show the moment of crashing.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I am sorry that I had to use a save state.
Now restart!
I'm sorry that I had to use a save state in order to actually beat Sonic Unleashed, but I played through this level like 4 fucking times, and I always ended up getting a crash right here during this fight. I was sick of it. I decided to save state my way through it.
What did we learn today, boys and girls? We learned that emulators, although fun, are not quite as reliable as their console counterparts whom they're ripping off. And that's why you should always buy your games.
Not always. Certain games are not worth buying. Also, if you'll notice, our life count has jumped up from 4 to 6. Yeah, I did a little bit of off-screen, a little bit of off-screen exploration in order to increase our life count. Not for this level, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't having problems with this level, but I was having problems with daytime stages, and I was like, you know what? No, I was actually having problems with Chunnan Night. That was giving me a big issue. So I decided to, instead of gambling with the Dark Gaia monster and picking up the rest of the rings, I just left.
Fuck it. We're
this is what
done
the
here.
Unleashed
We came.
looks like.
We
the
saw.
Unleashed form
We
looks like
crashed.
in the credit screen. I am just over 10 rings short of getting an S rank in this mission. Fuck this mission.
Still
This
image
mission
is
itself is
fucking
not that bad, but it
epic.
kept crashing on me. So fuck this mission.
And in the next part.
In the next part, we'll continue on with Shamar Knight.